Hi, Elisha. I just want to say thank you so much for meeting with me today. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself, about your previous job experience?
Yes, ma'am. So first off, my name is Elisha Vassell. I appreciate you for having me today, Paula. I have 5 years of HR experience, and my most previous date would have to be at Spirit Airlines. So I used to be a team benefit specialist. My day-to-day tasks would include meeting with people from across the desk from different departments in order to explain to them the type of benefits that they have and how it could affect their day-to-day position at work. I would also be explaining to them FMLA, accommodations, short-term disability, if that's what they needed, and then I would go ahead and allocate them to the correct department in order to get their claims started. This would involve me using UKG Pro to look up their payroll and explain to them how they would be getting paid at the time. I'll also be coordinating leave of absence requests and then also talking about their eligibility. So if they were able to take time off and if their job would be protected in doing so. Prior to that, I used to work for Aflac for 4 years as a lead case manager and customer care advocate. For the lead case manager, I was handling up to 50 cases per day for 2 to 3 dedicated accounts. So that would mean I would be speaking with 2 to 3 specific employers and their employees in order to maintain accuracy and efficiency on the policies that they adhere to. I would also be going ahead and speaking to them about the case process. So I would handle the case process from start to finish, explaining to them how the FMLA affects their job, how the paperwork that they needed would need to look, and how the type of timing that they want would have to align with what their employer would want as well. Prior to that, I used to work as a customer care advocate. The customer care advocate was more so the front lines. So it's more so I take calls all day. I used to deal with at least 100 plus calls per day. So it was a high call volume from more than 2 or 3 accounts. It was more so the entire company. So if we, at the time, I believe we managed 75 companies. I'd be speaking to employees from every single company, just depends on how it came in. I'd be in charge of just coordinating with them, explaining to them the benefits, coordinating with them, explaining to them how the case process would work, and then ensuring that they do get over to a case manager, which is the role that I was promoted to shortly after. I coordinated with healthcare providers as well on that level to just kind of speak with them to ensure that the employee was turning in the proper paperwork. I would go ahead and explain to them their FMLA benefits, the state benefits for like California, New Jersey, New York. I would also speak to them about accommodations. So I also work closely with the accommodation specialists in terms of just making sure that the employees' needs were being met, whether it was that they had a condition where they couldn't be in crowded rooms or they had a physical condition that was impeding them from going to work every day. We would work very closely and with the physician's office to try and get everything situated so that they'd be able to take the time that they need or have the accommodations met so that they could produce the work that they need to produce.